Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So till now we have seen some basic information about SQL, how to install the MySQL server and the data types of SQL. So before you start the core of SQL, you should know this basic information. So I would prefer you guys to see those videos first. I will put the link in the description box so you can go there and get the reference from it. So let's come to this video. And in this particular video, we are going to see the commands of SQL and different types of them. So without wasting our time, let's get into the video. So as we talked earlier in our previous videos, that SQL stores the data in the form of table. So how we can store our data or retrieve our data or manipulate our data in the database. So for doing all these things, we need to use the SQL commands, and with the help of them, we can do all these operations, all these things in the SQL server, that is MySQL. So first we will see what are commands. So SQL commands are used to communicate with the database to perform tasks, functions, and the queries with our data. The SQL are used to search the database, create, add data, and also modifying the data, and many other things we can do with the help of these commands. So this is only just the definition. It is a bit complex, but let me simplify this for you. So let us suppose you have an application. In that particular application, first you have to create your account, then you are posting your pictures or something on that particular platform, you are updating your profile, right? So that particular application have its own database, and you do all these changes. So how that particular application manages this database, right? So for that they use SQL commands. So in this way SQL commands are used. Now, these are the types of SQL commands, that is DDL, DML, TCL, DQL, and DCL. And all these are the other sub commands which come under this particular commands. We will see each and every command in brief. Right. So let us go first with the DDL. So DDL stands for Data Definition Language. So in this name, you can get to know that this DDL command are used to define our database. We can see the structure of our database, right? So DDL helps to create the table of our database and also help to make the changes in it. We can give the initial part, we can do the initial part with the help of DDL commands. So DDL commands are auto-committed. So auto-committed means they permanently save all the changes in our database. So let us suppose that in Word or Notepad, if we are writing something, then we have to save that manually. But in DDL commands, the data which we are inserting, the changes which we are doing in our database, all are saved permanently, automatically. We don't have to save them manually. Now these all are the sub commands. The first is create. So like let's suppose in Instagram account, you have to first create your account for using Instagram application. In the same way, if you want to use MySQL server, you have to first create your database, and then in that you have to first create your table where you are storing your data. So for that we use create command. Now alter command. So you have created your table, and in those tables there are different columns. So if you want to change the data type of that column, if you want to change the name of that column, in that alter is used. Now it comes the drop. So if you want to delete the whole data, delete the whole table or database, in that drop is used. The fourth one is truncate. So in truncate, if you inserted your data in the table, then or if you use truncate, all the data will be deleted, but not the structure of your table, that is its column, that database, that won't be deleted, only the data or the we can say the rows which is inserted in your table will be deleted. This is about the DDL. Now it comes the DML. So in DML, it full form is data manipulating language. In the word itself, manipulating means controlling. So you can modify or control the table of the database by using DML commands. Now the DML commands are not auto-committed. As the DDL commands are auto-committed, DML commands are not auto-committed. That means you have to save your data manually. They won't be saved automatically or permanently. They can be rollback. Now what does the word rollback means? So rollback means undo process in SQL language. So if you are inserting any data and you roll back, then you'll get the previous word and the thing which you have written will be deleted. The commands which come under the DML, that is insert, update and delete. So in insert, if you want to insert your values in the table, then insert command is used. Now comes the update. So you have inserted the data, but you want to update that data. By default you have written something else. Now you want to update that data, so update command is used. Now it comes the delete. So if you want to delete the rows, one or multiple rows, in that delete is used. So what is the difference between truncate and delete? So in truncate, you can delete all the data will be deleted, but in delete only few rows which you want will be deleted, right? And if you delete the whole table, then whole table will be deleted, but in truncate it won't be deleted. The structure will remain as it is. Now it comes the TCL command. Now the TCL command, so TCL stands for transition control language, that is the transactions, right? So TCL commands only used for DML commands, right? So when DML commands are used, then and only then you can use TCL commands. So this operation are automatically committed in the database. That's why they cannot be used while creating the tables or dropping them. So they are automatically committed the database. So here we can say that DML are non-auto committed, right? They don't save the data permanently. We have to store them manually. So now if you want to store them, TCL commands are used to store them in your database. Now in those there is commit, rollback and save point. So the first is commit. So if you want to save any data, then commit command is used. Now comes is the rollback. So I had said earlier that rollback means the undo process for SQL. So here to do undo SQL, in SQL rollback is used. Now it comes the save point. So what exactly is the save point? So suppose you have inserted your data and you commit them. You commit your data, right? And then again you insert your data, and after some point you save that as a save point. You use the word save point. And then again you are inserting the data and you realize that this data is wrong, so you have to undo it. There you use rollback. So if you roll back, then these datas will be deleted, but when it comes to a save point, then the data which is inserted before save point will remain as it is. So we can say that save point is the cut off range of rollback. So where after save point you cannot delete anything. Then it comes the DQL, that is data query language. So we have inserted our data in our database, right? But if you want to get that data back, if you want to see those data at that time, data query language is used. That is, data query language is used to fetch the data from the database, and for that only one, that is select command, is used. Now there comes the DCL command. So DCL command stands for data control language. So here you can control your database properly. So the DCL commands are used to grant and take the authority from any database user. So let us say that if a company is having their branches in different cities, right? So the employees of each branch are different. So if the one particular branch have to share their data with the other branch, so they will share their database to that particular branch. So they will grant the permission to the other branch to use their database, and they can also take that authority back. They can also take that uh, permission back from that another branch database, right? So here it comes the grant and revoke, where you can grant the permission to the other user to use your database, and in revoke you can also take back that authority from that another user to use your database. So this is how these five commands are used in SQL language. So in the next video, we are going to see how to create the database and how to create tables in SQL. So if you have any queries till now, you can write in the comment section and we will answer those questions in the next video or in the comment section itself. So thank you so much for watching our video.